card.
Well,
Oh
yeah.
shit, I can't pay for anything. I don't have any money on my fucking. Oh man.
Hey, that
Oh
just means she has to come visit you at work.
no, well I think she's gonna give it to me on Sunday. Cause she also she's working like 3 to 1:30 tomorrow.
Oh, you guys work together?
No. She works at a different place. She lives like 30
Oh,
minutes away from me.
oh, that ain't fucking bad.
I know. It's just we're gonna move in together next year.
Noise.
Yeah, we already started looking at apartments.
Hell yeah.
So that would at least if I lost my wallet in her pocketbook, then it wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, like she shouldn't feel fucking bad. I just tell her like, hey, at least I know where that shit is.
Also, we are live. Keep it down on the cursing.
Sorry. You didn't say we were live. You said we were going in a couple seconds.
Yeah, it's been like 2 minutes.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I said that like 2 minutes ago.
Nah. Nah, you lying.
I think Parley's streaming, which is
Ooh.
good.
Yes.
'Cause he
Oh,
runs a
dude.
tournament.
Well, I need to tell him. I'm like, because one problem that I had at Kansas on Saturday was during one of their streams, they had all the car details open. So I'm like, now I can't tell what lap it is.
Yeah, I know. That's what Ed does a lot,
yeah,
unfortunately.
that's the stream I was watching was
Yeah.
Ed's. I'm like, bro, please.
Parley sometimes does that, but it's like he doesn't do it. He only does it for like a minute or two.
Yeah, no, which I
Like,
get it. Like,
you don't need to watch it unless your tires are exploding.
which they weren't. He had like 13 laps of everything left when the race ended. Dude, why is it so cold in my house right now? Is it cold? Dude, I'm like shivering like crazy. Is he live? It's not showing me. He's
Nah,
live.
they're qualifying right now. He usually starts after qualifying, so there's no lag.
Ah. Dude, I'm putting on like a coat. Like, I don't know what it is about my house right now. Ah, yes. I can't get my coat because my cat's currently using it as a bed. Of course, it's a fat one, so
How many animals do you have?
just 2 cats.
Oh, so you a cat bird?
No, I'm more of a anything kind of guy, just not lizards or anything. That's a little excessive. Ooh. Okay, that's a little better. I hate this thing because I don't know if I'm wearing it right. There we go. I think I got it. Oh, my cat is now currently playing with his food, which is hilarious.
He's orange.
Yeah, he's orange with 0 brain cells. Hey, while I'm doing that, can you look into these?
I'm trying to think what else is in that wallet. Obviously, both my cards. Oh man.
Boop. Dude, the one thing I hate about wallets is that they're the one thing that like disappears so easily.
I know. It's not in keys.
No, my wallet annoys me way more than my keys.
Really.
Oh yeah, dude. No, I spent half an hour looking for my wallet and it was hiding under my pillow that I checked under 4 times. I
Wow.
checked under that pillow 4 times. It was never there. And then, like, half an hour later, I checked it again. And I'm like, oh, hey. Found it. Like, dude, I drove to the last store I was at, which is only like 60 seconds, literally 60 seconds up the road from me. And I'm like, I've scavenged my truck. I'm like, dude, where is this thing?
Wow.
Yeah, no, I hate wallets. Wallets are bad.
Ooh, man.
Yo, dude, this place. Once I get all wrapped up in it.
His little ties up the neck so that way it doesn't.
I'm gonna need you to do that. Oh, hey, look. Oh, and there goes my controller as it falls to the turf. Awesome.
Okay. I don't know what's going on with qualifying.
Oh no, not again.
I have no idea what's going on. I don't see any streams up or nothing.
I was gonna say, dude, we were having a ton of lag issues last week
I hope that's not the case.
with Kansas.
Also,
Yeah.
hold on. I'm gonna go on mute for the stream. Alright, we're on mute for the stream, but um basically whenever lag comes around we treat it like rain, so we just say the lag showers are rolling in and just treat it like oh, there's the caution for a little bit of lag on the track. Just treat it like rain. Alright. Well, welcome to our one viewer. Sorry that we're not getting going just yet. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties. Maybe we started the stream too early. I'm not sure, but we're getting it figured out. And we will have some racing for you guys as soon as possible. Can you hear my TV?
Nope.
Alright, good. Let's check who's racing tonight. Alright. We got 11 drivers. Field Johnny Boy, Blackcross, Parley, I Shoot, Fulton, Kari, Field Filler, True Death, and there's an anonymous player in there. Elvin 2. Okay, not bad. I'm sure we're gonna have
Field. Did you see field filler?
Field Filler. Yeah.
Nice. Cool. So pretty much the top 5 at least. At least in the point standings, that is.
I hope Field Filler's racing.
Gotta say, he needs to. He's 5 points behind Parley for second.
Yeah, I know.
And we need Speed Clinic and Flash to join in.
Come on, guys, get this race going. Man, I can't wait for the Clash this weekend.
Dude, the Clash is gonna be sick.
Oh,
I can't wait to see what they're gonna do next. I think what you're gonna hear is I think my curveball for what they're gonna do is they're not gonna go back to the LA Coliseum, and it's gonna be Rockingham.
Oh yeah, that would be sick.
It's gonna be Rockingham for the Clash, and it's gonna be
Or they're gonna
what
make
is
it
the
a
other
dirt
track?
race. I would hope not anything but that.
No. What's the other track?
Milwaukee
What's the
Mile?
track they're doing for the All-Star race? The All-Star
Oh,
race.
North Wilkesboro.
Yeah, so you're gonna have the return of the Rock, and then the All-Star race at North Wilkesboro next year.
Yeah, I like that. I don't know. I feel like the
That
Clash.
way, you get your roots races.
I feel like the Clash
And
should be at a
then-
different track every year.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you get because they've made some pretty good progress at Rockingham. Like the paving is done. That place is fresh pavement. So I think if you give them another year to clean up and do whatever they need to do, I think that place could be race ready in 2025.
What would produce the best Clash? There you go.
Nothing short track.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think you start at Rockingham.
Yeah.
I'd probably get away from the stadium racing because it's too short. Like
Yeah.
it's short enough for the cars to work, but it's
And obviously
too short for the
Daytona
drivers
was
to be able to
amazing,
do
though.
anything.
Like Daytona was perfect as it was.
It was, but it was turning into like boring until like the last 5 laps, and then it
Teams are
turned into
losing
a
a lot of
wreck
money.
fest. Yeah, and then
Too much crash.
you lose your Daytona 500 car. Like,
Yeah.
so I see why they moved away from it. Or even why they tried the road course, because then it wouldn't be like, it would be harder for you to get wrecked, so you could race a little harder.
Yeah.
But even then, it was like,
I don't know. I feel like I think a track big enough, but not like too big to where it's boring would be fun. Like, oh, imagine Homestead as a Clash. Ooh.
I wouldn't know. Homestead needs to be the finale again.
Agreed. And Phoenix is a
There
terrible
was
finale.
something about Homestead, dude. It just made
It was
the
the perfect
best final track.
Miami, like you're in Miami. You're like
Yep.
everything. It's a track where there's multiple lines, different strategies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a great track, and they should have never left it for Phoenix.
No. I know. Phoenix is mid as hell. I mean, I get it because the fan experience there is the best over any track, and it's easy to get into, it's easy to get out of.
Yeah.
You're not that far away from the city, so you don't have so paying for stuff is usually cheap. So I get it from like a fan perspective, but from a racing perspective, God, is it mid.
Yeah. It's terrible.
Like, it doesn't have a champ. Like, if you're not there, it's not a championship race.
I feel like people hate on the LA Coliseum too much, though, as well. I get a lot of people's reasoning is because it's in Los Angeles and not down south. But
Well, see, that's not my reasoning. The reasoning is because if you watched last year, you couldn't go 4 or 5 laps without a caution.
yeah, I get it, but, you know.
Like,
feel
I think it's too small. If you're going to have 23 cars, you can't race on a quarter mile.
I think that they should lower the amount of cars that can race.
Yeah, like they need, like if you're going to race on something that small, it needs to be race winners and pole winners, and that's it.
Or cut out some of the padding on the walls and then make the track wider.
Yeah.
Because that would make it a little bit better.
Yeah, because you're not going to hit the wall
hard.
hard enough to do anything.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, if you're going to race on a track that small, you need to condense the field to race winners and
I
pole
would say
winners.
like 20 cars. I think 20 cars is perfect.
Yeah, because you get what? How
You
many
don't-
race
I
winners a
think
year,
it's-
and then how many fluky poles?
I think it's, 6 cars that usually don't finish, and it's a 26-car field.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
This has become a podcast as we're waiting.
A little bit, yes.
The Phantom Racing League podcast. Honestly, that's a good idea. I should talk to Ellen about that. Holy shit. Boston's coming back. Ooh, this game's getting good.
Oh, please tell me more.
Boston was down like 30 points to LA, and now it's a 6-point game.
Oh, now it's a 9. Come on, Tatum. Bang!
Tatum.
Let's go!
Oh, you're a little bit behind me. Yeah, you're a little bit behind me.
I was going to say, I'm watching on ESPN, so.
I'm watching on TNT.
Oh, okay, so you're watching it live.
Oh, they're
Okay,
still
that's why.
commentating. They're still qualifying. That's cool. I'm good with this podcast like thing.
No, but like we should totally talk to Elvin about that. Like, that's not a terrible idea. Like every Wednesday, like do a podcast before the Thursday race.
Yeah, just like an hour episode.
Yeah.
Just talking about racing, talking about sports.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't know. You know how like in
Dude, me and my
NFL
brother were gonna do something like that. Like we were gonna do something like that, except we both have ADHD, so we were just gonna call it ADHD it up.
interrupt each other.
Just start screaming profusely, and then just go, "The hell were we talking about?"
Oh.
Just like Stephen A. Smith for like a good 5 minutes, and then just go, "Wait, I was gonna say something. Like
Mhm.
there was something I was." Just do that repeatedly.
Oh man.
And then just go into awkward silence for like a good 30 seconds. Then pick up another, then like gives you enough time to scroll through your phone to pick up another topic.
Well, you see how in like the NFL for I don't know. I think that what if they just ran the Clash at Charlotte? Because it's close to every like team. It's not that far of a drive. It's like 5
Yeah,
minutes.
but then Rockingham is like 40 minutes from there.
That's also true. And same as
Like that's why
Northborough.
I'm thinking the dark horse selection is Rockingham because they can run a race on that track. Right now, I think they're installing the safer barriers like at this point.
You know where they should race? What's that one track that's like around a football field? I think that's that really short track that they run modifieds on.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh my goodness, I'm trying to remember it. Harley's live, by the way.
Oh, hot dang.
Well, that's the end of the podcast.
Son of a...
I'd like to tune the viewers that are here now for tuning in. We are going live for race number 11 of the Pro Series here at Kansas tonight. Should be a little bit of single file racing, but towards the end we're going to see a lot of huge moves, especially coming towards the end of the stages. You got to look out for big late moves. So,
Oh, yeah. Definitely. We saw it in the race on Saturday. It was single file racing. You saw guys kind of trying to make passes for the lead, but it wasn't until the last lap. And boy, let me tell you what, they were dive bombing turns 1 and 3.
oh yeah. I had to watch that from somewhere else, but it's good to be back for tonight. Pro Series race 11 coming now towards the end of the regular season. The standings are heating up.
Yeah, there are a lot of drivers separated by less than 10 points. So nobody's really safe right now. I mean, you got Elvin leading the point standings as it stands right now.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. He's been one of the most consistent drivers, has not missed a race. He's doing a great job down on the track, keeping his consistency going. And in the meantime, as we have about a minute before we go into the race, I'd like to thank our sponsors, MFF Motorsports, Chris's Auto Towing LLC, J Pace Racing, Everything NASCAR, Firelinks Racing Network, the Super Squad, ESMN, FTR Racing League, North American Racing Series, and MinaPeach.com. We thank you guys for putting in the effort and giving us a chance. And, we won't let you down. It's been some great racing this season. We still have a lot of racing left.
Are we going racing yet?
I believe we are going now.
Oh
in a minute.
no, dude, I can't. Dude, I just got kicked out of the game.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try to text Elvin.
Yeah, like the game won't open for me, dude. I might have to reset my whole system.
Oh shoot. Does it keep crashing?
Yeah, it can't start gamer app.
Okay, yeah, reset real quick.
Doing it.
Alright, everyone. My partner up in the booth is having a little bit of issues, but he will catch up. Should be no issue. But we are going live now. We're ready to go. It's going to be a good one here tonight at Kansas. Should be very exciting. As now I'm having issues too. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Please work. There we go. We're good. So we're going to miss the start of the race here. Probably half of the first lap. We apologize for the technical difficulties to all you guys watching at home. We apologize. We are getting everything fixed up and ready to go. I'm hoping it has nothing to do with lag. They're starting it up, Wallbridge, but
Yeah.
we already got the invites, so it should be good.
Yeah.
I had issues too getting in, and I think I'm still having a little bit of issue.
Cool.
All right, we're good. As the race is live, Kari with the lead over Elvin Priest. Running in third is old Johnny Boy as the straight line has begun. We knew we were going to see that tonight. Expect a whole line of cars, but you got to watch out. It's very easy to get in that wall and make a mistake and slip up and let that person behind you take your spot away. Let's go on board here with old Johnny Boy here on lap 3, I believe.
Yeah, and like you said, hitting that wall is easy. You
Very.
overdrive turn 1 and 3, you're gonna be hugging that wall all the way to the entrance to turn 4.
As we are now on lap 3. Things just getting worked out now. Once again, we apologize for the mistake, but now we are live. It's going to be a good night of racing out here in the Midwest, here at Kansas. As you see how close these guys get to the wall, the faster you can go on entry is pretty much the faster you're going to go on exit. So, no point on really backing up into a corner here unless you're going to make that move to the bottom. That dive bomb move, very signature here at a track like Kansas, where the outside lane is the preferred line. The only track in the game, I believe, where the outside lane is the preferred line.
Yeah, and you can just see them being able to hold that speed. They're actually doing fairly well. As you see Kari out here leading, they're doing fairly well, keeping their cars together. Like, you can put a book between their car and the wall, and yet everybody's keeping it clean.
Yeah, and we definitely expect things to get a little bit dicey when the pit stops begin. I mean, This is a pretty long race. Oh, car very loose towards the back of the field. That's the
True
3 car.
death.
That's True Death. He gets back in line though, but hopefully does not lose the draft, as right in front of him a car in the wall.
Yeah, you're going to see that too. That's just the point where they start getting squirrely. I mean, you got a long point in the stages, so everybody's trying to figure it out, trying to probably test a little bit to try and find that little bit of entry speed to be able to carry it off an exit and use that draft that you get from the car in front of you to be able to just keep up with everybody.
As you see, you got to be patient. That's the key to winning at a track like Kansas. You can't be making moves early. You put yourself in too much risk of losing positions. So the best thing you can do here is just run that outside line as best as you can and not make a mistake, especially as the leader. You do not want to get in that wall. You could cause a pile up, or possibly even worse, you could cost yourself the race.
Yeah, no, and you got a ton of guys out here who are looking for good points days. You got 2 races left in the regular season for this league, and you got a guy like Parley who's back here in 6th right now, and he needs a good point day because he is in second he just got to 2nd after a wonderful finish last week. So he's looking for a good finish, so you definitely are going to see the guys closer to the front be a little bit more conservative and try and stay in line. Meanwhile, while you go in the back, you guys going 3 wide back here trying to get position.
As it looks like we have a breakaway here between Black Cross and that second pack. I believe what happened was the 78 got loose in front of the 31 and slowed down the whole pack, and now he's just losing spot after spot. So
yeah,
unfortunately, when a car like that is in front of you and holding you up, you gotta make a move as soon as you can, because this can happen. There can be pullaways.
Yeah, and I was watching too. I was keeping my eye on that 3, seeing how he was going to recover, and they were just hitting the wall all back there, trying to catch up to this lead pack. So I think just trying to overcook the corner, trying to catch this lead pack, just kind of was their own demise, and that's why you're seeing the giant separation. Is now you're seeing Black Cross starting to struggle a little bit. He's losing the lead pack.
Yeah, a track like Kansas, it's hard to keep up. I mean, we run low draft here at Phantom Racing League, so I mean, any mistake that you make, even clipping that wall once, could cost you that draft, and you know, it's impossible to keep up with no draft here.
Yeah, you can't really rely on pit strategy that much either.
Exactly, unless you're close enough.
Yeah, like, I mean, we saw Mac Attack in Saturday's race use that pit strategy to perfection. Like, he always came out ahead of who he wanted to by either running an extra lap, an extra 2 laps, and using some of the other guys who just came out, trying to draft with them, and was able to pass 1 or 2 cars just on pit road alone.
I mean, a great job, though, here by Kari. You know, as a Pro-Am driver, coming into the Pro Series, it's always challenging. You know, you're against competition that's a little bit more professional. And Kari, every time he's come up here, has always left his mark. You know, he does a great job. And this car he's got for Kansas, we saw it in practice all week. That thing's a rocket. So
yeah, and you saw a lot of guys, even yesterday, they were coming on and spending an hour or 2 just trying to work on their cars for today's race, knowing how hard it is to not only maintain pace, but to be even able to make a pass. So the fact that Kari is coming up to this division and able to run up front with these guys is kudos to him alone.
Absolutely. But now you're seeing a little bit of a distance between these top 3 cars in 4th place, as it seems like Field Filler lost a little bit of speed there. Hopefully he can get back up there and battle with the leaders here, but unfortunately, yeah. I think he made a little bit of a mistake. I think
he should be all right.
I think iShoot attempted a pass on him and it failed, and that costed both of them a lot of time.
Yeah, I'm going to rewind and stream a little bit, watch it from Parley's view. But yeah, no, I think he's gonna be fine. You can see him starting to get bunched back up again. They're gonna be able to catch that draft.
Absolutely. And Parley running towards the bottom of the top 5 here. I mean, we definitely expect to see him up towards the front as soon as possible. We know what he's capable of week in and week out. Any track. Doesn't matter if it's a road course, short track, big track. Parley's always a guy to look out for. As I think it's about time we make our predictions here. My favorite for tonight, I'm going to go with the name I just mentioned, Parley. I mean, I think it's about time he goes out there and gets a win for himself here. But my dark horse, I'm going to go with Kari, the current leader of the race. As the only reason he is a dark horse is due to the fact that he's from the Pro-Am, so...
I think I got to go with Elvin. I think he's in the right position right now. If he can stay in that second spot, use the pitch strategy right, be able to come out ahead of Kari, he might be able to get a win that he could use to separate himself from Kari. But I think my dark horse would be Kari because just because of where he's running right now, running in that 5th spot, and with such a distance, as now you see
Elvin Priest at the bottom. Oh, we see pit stop this time. Elvin Priest and Old Johnny Boy come to pit road. A great entry by Old Johnny Boy. He might get a spot here off of that entry.
Yeah, but we saw guys that came. Yeah, we saw on Saturday though guys that came into the pits ahead of one, had a little bit of a quicker pit stop and was able to come back out ahead. So Elvin's definitely still in this one.
Here we go, and you know, another thing that we forgot to mention at the beginning of the coverage, we know how much track position means here. That's why qualifying we attempted to find out so much about, because we knew whoever qualified towards the front was probably going to be the favorite to go out there and win stage 1. As here's the exit to pit road, it's going to be Elvin Priest, I believe, out front by about a quarter panel. But Elvin Priest gets out in front of Old Johnny Boys. We look at the rest of the field here coming to pit road. Parley, iShoot, and Kari all down pit road.
Yeah, and you got field filler out here. He's in what, 4th in the standings right now, 3rd or 4th, and he's gambling. He is staying out. He's stayed out 2 laps longer than the rest of the field right now as he's getting past. He's trying to long shoot this stage and try and maybe be able to make it to the end, or at least another couple laps, trying to use maybe something that he saw on Saturday's race here, as now we're seeing him dive to the inside. He's going to be coming to pit road this time.
Absolutely, a guy known for strategy, especially on these 1.5 miles. Also, another thing, penalty for the number 8 car, too fast entering.
Oh, that's killer. He was running... He needed a good finish, and that's definitely not how you want to do it. He was running in that top. He was running just outside the top 5 when he came into the pits, and that might be a day killer, especially on a track like this.
Absolutely, all about track position here at Kansas. Hopefully, he can gain a couple spots on one of these restarts, but it's going to be a very uphill battle from here on out for that number 8 car if iShoot. As we go back up towards the front. If I'm not mistaken
right now, is Elvin Priest in the lead right now?
I believe so. Coming a lap sooner, really benefiting these top 2 guys as field filler comes off pit road.
Oh man, and if you're Elvin Priest, you gotta be ecstatic right now because you were right on the bumper of that 12, and now you're ahead by almost a quarter of a straightaway. Just on pit road alone, Old Johnny Boy and him coming down at the same time really worked. I think, though, if I'm that 12, maybe I know I'm not going to be able to catch him, and I know I got a really fast 5 car behind me. So maybe it might work to his benefit to maybe drop back and let that 5 car catch him. So that way they can kind of work together to try and get back up to those top 2.
Honestly, I think that's a really good idea. I think that if he can get back to the 5 car and get in his draft, they are on a lap newer tires, and that does mean more than you think. Here at a track like Kansas, we only have about 8, we're coming to 17 to go this time around, so.
Actually, now that I'm looking at it, I think he's actually keeping pace with these two. He's
It looks like Parley's the one falling off.
yeah. Maybe just had the wrong adjustment. Maybe he's falling back to that 5. Maybe he sees that he's faster than that 5 car, and falling back to him might not benefit him, seeing as how he can actually see those top 2 getting closer to him.
As we go on board here with the 12 car, let's see if he tries anything different. It looks like he's a little bit more lenient about the throttle on entry. He's definitely using a lot more, and doing everything he can to go back up there and claim what he thought was his, as he led the first 20 laps, I assume. So, plenty of time left for this 12 car to get up there. I believe so as well. And that's how you know, I mean, these top two cars with draft losing a little bit of time lap by lap, but that's not the big issue here for the 12 car, as the 12 car gets in the wall in the middle of the corner.
No.
He's really pushing his car to his limit. But I believe the main issue is going to be, what do you do if you get up there? How do you pass two cars that are working together pretty well at a track like Kansas in these next-gen cars?
I think, honestly, you don't, because, like, you know you're a part-time guy. You're not really racing in this for points. You're going for that win. So you just want to be able to stick with those top three for the end of the stage and maybe try a little bit of pit strategy and come out ahead of them or some variation of that at the start of stage 2 and maybe try something like that, because you don't necessarily need to pass them right now. You have other ways than just on the track. Ooh, I really do. I'm looking through the field and I'm seeing field filler back here. That pit strategy, I really don't think worked for him, because he is a full straightaway away from the leader now.
Oh yeah, and it looks like it seems like Kari stopped gaining that time back as time's ticking here at the closing laps of stage 1. I think he's just doing everything he can to maintain the position he's in. I mean, Parley's nowhere to be found, as it looks like Parley is back on pit road.
Oh no, what is going on here?
Did he possibly not take enough gas? Is he taking no tires and only a half can? Yeah, he's loading up on fuel here.
Yeah, and he's doing a little bit more of a wedge adjustment. He didn't get enough. He probably tried to undercut it a little bit, try and gain a little bit of time by just trying to just get enough to finish this stage. Oh, really?
The 3 leaders all come to pit road. Elvin Priest, one of them, old Johnny Boy and Kari, all down pit road.
Maybe they all tried the same thing. Maybe they all tried the same thing. Try and get just enough to get you to the end of that stage, or they came too early.
Which means field filler might be the only one with enough gas.
Man, maybe that's why he stayed out the 2 laps. He knew he was going to have to come back in if he pitted with the rest of them. This could be huge for field filler, because a good points day could mean not 1 spot, but maybe 2 spots in the points.
As it's not showing him the leader, I believe the leader right now is the 24 of Black Cross. Yep, as Black Cross comes to pit road, this puts the 44 of field filler in a catbird seat.
Wow. And who does he have in his mirror?
Nobody. He's the only one running this strategy, I believe.
So he's actually the only one possibly on the lead lap right now.
Well, he should be once he comes around and laps Black Cross, or takes the lead from Black Cross. What an incredible job by field filler as he came in and grabbed the lead.
He makes contact with the 5 cars that come out of 4, trying to get a little bit of side draft, got a little too close.
I believe he's trying to put the 5 car lap down here.
Oh, and if you're Parley, you don't want that. You definitely don't want that. You want to stay on that lead lap.
Oh, no.
And maybe
it's showing Parley as the leader right now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, so this is the battle for the lead.
Oh, man. I love it, too. That shows you how much I pay attention because I'm watching that stream right now.
Here comes the slide job. They make contact
he's
on
trying.
exit.
It is a battle for the lead, and he tried, but he just didn't have the run. Is he still there? No. Is he going to try the slide job?
As we have 8 laps to go here in stage 1, things heating up here for the battle for the lead.
Yeah, and if you're Parley, you want this. You want this stage win. But if you're the 44, you definitely want it because Parley's in second. The 44 car is in like 4th or 5th. So who is it going to matter more to?
I believe as well, Kari is on the lead lap in 3rd.
Yeah, and he's looking at these guys battling. He's like, keep it going, I'm coming. Keep going side by side. Keep running each other into the wall. I'll be there in a minute if you keep going.
And here we go. Field Filler is going to peek to the bottom. What can Field Filler do to get past this 5 car? It's going to be one hell of a challenge for that 44 car, but we know what he's capable of, and we already saw Parley on pit road, so we know that he has enough gas.
Yeah, I think that's what the 44 is thinking right now too, which is probably why he's riding in that trap for a little bit longer, probably trying to conserve a little bit here as we're coming to the end, so that way he knows he can make it, and probably trying to see just how close he can get to him on corner entry, so that way he knows when the right time is for when he sucks up to that bumper to be able to shoot down, slingshot by him potentially, or try and run it into turn 1 or 3 to be able to make that pass. Because on a track like this,
here we go.
And with competition like this, he's going to the inside. He's trying it. I don't know if he had enough of a run that time. I think maybe he's trying a couple of things now because he just goes right back behind that 5 car.
As this time around, we're going to be coming to 4 laps to go. Brought to you by MinaPeach.com. As that was supposed to be the 5 laps to go, notice. But where do you make this move? I mean, you get 4 laps to do it. What are you gonna do?
You got it. I think if you're that 44 of Field Filler, you want to put that move on Kari on the last lap because Kari is known to be aggressive. So Parley, sorry.
It's all good.
But you know that 5 car is going to be aggressive, and you know that you might not have a good a car as he does. So if you're going to make that move, and he's definitely not close enough right now, I think he's going to work these next couple laps, try and get right onto the bumper of that 5 car. Maybe when he goes into turn 3, maybe even turn 1, send it and try and make it stick.
As here we go again, it looks like he's going to dive it down to the middle line this time. Not exactly the low line, but trying everything he can as they come off turn 4 this time around. 2 laps to go here in stage 1. As we're seeing the pass for second by Elvin Priest as he's looking to take second away from Kari.
Yeah, and you know, that's the points leader on the back end of Kari, and he's looking to that inside. He's actually there. He's keeping the nose down as they are side-by-side drag racing down the back stretch. And into turn number 3, it's going to be Elvin taking away that 3rd spot.
Oh, we see contact for the lead. 1 lap to go. The 44's to the inside of the 5. They're side-by-side. They make contact.
Is he going to send it? No, he just drives the corner. He drifts up the track, but the 5 comes back on the outside. He's going to maintain the lead.
That might have been the dagger. Parley only needs 1 more corner to make it through. He's going to dive it all the way down to the bottom. Video game move. Is it going to be enough? No, it's not. Parley is going to win stage 1.
Man, that 44 car gave him all he had. He was holding it back a little bit. He was trying to give her a run into the and because you could see that he maintained about the same pace as the 5 car when he entered that corner, so he wasn't really sending it. I think he was just seeing what would happen, probably trying to save a little bit of strategy-wise for the end of this thing, because he's been running the top 5 all day, and he doesn't want to wreck his race on a junky move, kind of, at the end of stage 1. He wants to save that kind of move for the end of the race.
Absolutely, and I would like to take this time to thank our sponsors here for the stage break. MFF Motorsports, Chris's Auto Towing LLC, J-Pace Racing, Everything NASCAR, Firelinks Racing Network, ESMN, the Super Squad, FTR Racing League, North American Racing League, and last of all, MinaPeach.com. We thank you guys for putting in the effort and sponsoring us. We really appreciate it. As now, Stage 2 about to get underway here at Kansas. No position changes as we still have a lot of racing left. I'll let you call the start of Stage 2 here.
And we are on the green. The 5 of Parley leads the 44 as they come through the tri-oval. All jammed up now. After all the pit strategies, you got Elvin diving to the inside. Looking for that second spot. Can he make it stick? He was able to do it at the end of stage 1, but no, the draft kicks in and he's dropping like a rock now. Actually, not really. He's still staying right in there.
He's going to dive it down to the bottom.
To the inside of the 5, not going to make it stick, but here comes that outside line. Now as everybody's outside, nobody down low to help him out. He's dropping now. He's able to try and squeak up high. No, the door closes. He stays low.
Here we go. Top 3, just as we left it before, except for Elvin Priest. That's the one man that went down. Unfortunately, you put yourself in a spot like that in a restart, you can lose a lot of spots, as Elvin lost almost everything. He went all the way back to the mid-pack. But we know how fast he is. We know he'll make his way back up to the front. As he's making a move to the outside of Lord Grizzle here. A great move by Elvin Priest.
Yep, gets that 31 loose, makes him shoot low. Takes a spot to the outside, catches that draft, +1 to the 42.
Back into the top 5 now. What can the 42 do to get all the way back up to the front? We know it's going to be an uphill challenge, as we know how much the track position means here. Look at what he does. I mean, he pulls up to the bumper and makes the move in the tri-oval, hoping to get just a clip of that rear fender to his advantage. If he can pull to the outside in the turn 1, he gets that spot automatically.
Yeah, he does. He might have just figured out a cheat code here. I've not seen anybody in either the Pro-Am series or this series being able to make a move like that. So this could be game-changing for him, especially when he wants to retain that points lead, when you got the 5 who's in second. In the lead right now as the 5 car goes low.
As the 5 gets pushed out, as the 44 figured out what Elvin was doing, he makes the same move and takes the lead away.
Oh, and the 5 car's dropping, and now he goes behind Elvin. Back there in 5th is Field Filler. Kind of a sneaker pick right here. I didn't really see this 44 car having a run like this.
As now all these drivers are figuring out, oh, we got a car on the wall. I believe that was the 31 of Lord Grizzle. As we still have contact, Elvin Priest in the wall. He makes contact with Parley. Cars all scattered out here. That's going to allow the leaders to pull away.
Ah, man, and if you're the 5 car, you wish your reaction time was better, because he could have shot underneath that 42 car and possibly made a run for that 3rd spot. But now he just sticks behind him, which doesn't really necessarily hurt him, but it didn't really help him. And now they're just trying to catch those top 2 who have just kept it clean and are breaking away from this 3rd car.
Kari, a name we haven't mentioned in a minute here, making his way back up to the top 2. How aggressive is he going to be to take that lead back away? You know that's the spot you want to be in. Where do you do? I mean, Elvin Priest is about to have a huge run here down the straightaway. We'll see if he tries to make that same move he's been making. It's now Kari's going to dive it down to the inside.
Yeah, you called it. When is that move going to be made? He knows if he's got that 42 coming behind him, he's going to need to make that move. He clears the 44 into turn 2.
What a move by the 12 as now Parley hits the wall and exit.
Man, they're seeing moves being made. They know they got that 42 coming. Moves need to happen. That 42 car is looking to the outside of the 42, trying to squeak his nose in above him. he's not going to be able to make it stick. Stays in line with that 44 and just keeps the train rolling.
As Kari might have just made the first pass on the inside line all night long, timed it perfectly down the straightaway, made that move on field filler and took the lead away. We were talking about how aggressive he was going to be, but wow, what a move by Kari to take the lead back away.
Yeah, especially when you're not really a mainstay in this series. You're kind of just coming in to run a couple when you can. And so when you do that, you want to make an impression. You want to show, yes, I belong in this series. I can win here. I can run with these guys. And he showed it to you. Passed him with very little effort to that inside.
As now Elvin Priest up to third. We're going to go through our top 5 here. Your leader, MFF Kari, in that number 12 car. In second place, you got Field Filler in the 44 doing a great job after that strategy in stage 1, which put him up there. Then you got Elvin Priest running third in that 42 car, arguably making the best moves on the track right now. Running fourth is the 5 of Parley, coming off that stage win, doing a great job holding off Field Filler. Now finds himself running fourth, and then rounding out the top 5 is the 24 of Black Cross. Very silent night so far, but that's exactly what you want to have here at Kansas. I mean, you don't want to be the big name hitting the wall every lap. Keeping the car clean is the best way to stay up front. As he's making the move to the outside, he kind of backs out of that one. But that is your top 5, brought to you by Chris's Auto Towing LLC. We're going to go back to Walbridge here.
Yeah, and you just see Kari. He's trying to break the draft. You see him come down into the tri-oval, ride that low side, trying to break the draft to keep the runs minimal behind him, keep that 44 car behind him. As now you see cars coming down pit road, the 42 of Elvin Priest comes down. Meanwhile, the other 4 cars in the top 5 stay out. You actually have a lot of cars staying out this time. Probably from what they saw from what the 42 car did, managed to go from like 6th or 7th by staying out 2 laps longer. And everybody else had to come back down because they ended up coming in too early.
Absolutely. Now, Elvin Priest, that first driver to make the move down pit road. We saw him go low. We just assumed that he was coming to pit road, but thankfully it was true, and thankfully we weren't wrong. So now Elvin Priest, now in the capper seat. What does he do here? As we see more cars coming to pit road as well, following the lead of Elvin Priest. You see one car come to pit road, and you're going to see the rest of them come.
Yeah, I think right now, if you're the leaders, you might try and do what that 42 car did. You learned your lesson, right? Like, Kari was leading the race when he came down pit road, and then having to come down a second time put him all the way back to third. I mean, he was able to work himself back to the lead, but you don't want to do that for 2 more stages, for a whole nother stage, right? You want to be able to retain that lead, so you're going to try and run until that gas light turns on, and maybe even a little after that, to be able to make sure you can make it to the end of this stage and be able to hold on to that lead.
I'd also like to take this time to thank the viewers for tuning in. We know that it's a Thursday night, you got basketball on, you got other sports on, and I know that sometimes coming out here to watch us might not be the most entertaining thing, but we appreciate you guys tuning in. We still got plenty of racing left, so get comfortable, grab a drink, grab some popcorn. We still have about a stage and a half left. As the aggression level has definitely picked up this stage. We noticed it from the first 5 laps. All the moves being made, all these different strategies being called. As you know, these top 4 cars still yet to come to pit road, and it doesn't look like they plan to anytime soon. So they might be following the lead of Field Filler here, as a guy known for his strategy calls. I think that's the guy you want to follow.
No, that is definitely the guy you want to follow because he was able to make it work. So I think, honestly, if you're that 12 car, you're riding in your mirror, and if you're anybody behind that 44, you're just waiting for him to make that move to the inside. But I think right now that you're going to want to pit probably somewhere around lap 18 or 19. So you're not going to see these guys probably come down for another 2 more laps, I think. So they're just going to sit here, probably run it pretty clean, run it good enough to be able to get them to that pit stop, but I don't think you're going to see them come for another lap and a half.
Absolutely. Now Kari, still no indication of them coming down pit road. They're not making any signs. I'd also hate to break the news, but we have our first DNF of the night. The number 3 car of True Death, unfortunately, ends his night early. As now we have the 2 leaders coming to pit road. Blackcross and the 12 of Kari come down pit road. Let's see if they use any other strategy. I mean, they're probably going to lose the lead here to Elvin Priest, as, you know, he pitted about 3 laps earlier, so we definitely expect to see him out front, but will he have enough gas? That's the big question. Right. We know how much fuel and tires mean here, so we'll see how that works out for that 42 car.
Yeah, and you see the 44 and the 5 car showing they're coming down pit road now. They're the last 2, I think, to come down pit road for this pit cycle. They were stretching that. The tires are worn. The fuel light is just blinking crazy. They have run it. They've run their tanks almost dry to be able to make it so they only have to pit once. Is now Kari and Blackcross are out of pit road. And there goes Elvin Priest
to the lead. Now will we see any strategy from these guys? I mean, we're seeing Parley take 4 tires and a full tank of gas. But he has enough gas to make it to the end.
Ooh, and Parley comes out way ahead. Can he get up with the 42? 42 goes by. He's not going to be able to catch them, I don't think, in that draft. No.
I don't think that matters to him. He has enough gas to make it on one stop. These guys all have to pit again. He doesn't.
True. And he's now actually able to suck up to this 3-car train that's going above him right now.
So Parley just having enough gas. The guys that we're worried about is the pack led by the 12 car, which is Kari, as I believe they came a lap earlier, so they're going to be cutting it about a half a lap to see if they have enough gas.
And my question is, what's going on with Field Filler? He's coming back down.
I believe
he just came back on the straightaway, and now he's going back down pit road.
I believe he's getting that second stop done immediately as soon as he can, so he can go back out there and attempt to battle for the stage win. We saw it last stage. We know how good he is on strategy. That's why we're probably not going to question what he's doing.
No, you are right. He did make it work last time.
A guy known for his strategies. He's said it himself in interviews before, as he's only taking gas.
Yeah, so he's definitely making sure he's got that tank absolutely filled. Meanwhile, now you got the 42, no, the 31, and the 42.
They all come back down.
The top 3 coming down pit road.
These guys
up front. So that was the call. Everybody saw him come back down pit road, and now they're like, wait a minute.
I believe that the 12, 24, 41, and 5 all believe they have enough gas to make it to the end. The only one that we're sure of is the 5 of Parley. We have no idea how these other 3 cars are doing on gas, so we're going to see how short they cut it here.
Yeah, and if you're Parley, that strategy worked to perfection. I mean, you went into pit road running in the top 5, you come out of pit road, and you're still running in the top 5, about the same spot you went in, so it worked out for him, especially if after the fact, the 3 cars in front of him go down pit road again. So right now, you're just playing the waiting game. If you're 5, you didn't lose nothing, you didn't gain nothing.
Well, you did gain, son. I mean, he doesn't have to pit again.
True.
Which is a huge gain. I mean, a great job by Parley, a great strategy call. We knew that strategy was going to have an effect on tonight's race. These guys are all very talented on making good calls like that, and unfortunately for the guys like Elvin Priest says, oh, it looks like Kari's going to go down to the bottom. He gets a little bit loose. Does that have any sign of him pitting? I don't know. That would be huge.
No, I think he just got a little squirrely coming out of 2. I think they're going to stay out. I know I'm watching Kari right now. He's got 2 laps of fuel past the stage. So he is completely good. So that really does bear the question, can the 3 in front of him who pitted, what, 2 laps sooner? A lap sooner? Can they make it? Do they have the fuel if Parley is right on the ragged edge of it?
I believe Kari came in at the same time as they did. As the 41's going to make his move to pit road. So
Yeah,
we knew
there
that he's the first one to back out. As we still have 3 cars left, who's going to have enough? We only know that Parley, and I think you mentioned that Kari does have enough. I'm not sure about that. I believe he's on the same, I think he has just enough.
He might just have enough. Well, you got 10 laps to go or 11 laps to go in this stage, so only time will tell at this point. How gutsy are you to just stay out on the racetrack to inevitably let your car run out of gas?
10 to go.
If you're that 5 car, you're over the moon right now. So far, your strategies have worked wonders, and you're moving up, and you're not even having to pass a car on track.
As Parley won stage 1, if anyone that's just tuning now, we'll give you a short update. We saw a few cars up front, especially iShoot, which still hasn't made his way back up front since that speeding penalty. He still hasn't made his way back up. We knew that track position was going to matter a ton, but Parley came away with stage 1 with a very, very close victory over the 44 of Field Filler. Now has enough gas. We don't know if the guys in front of him do, but we know that he does. So we're going to see how this plays out, these final 9 laps, brought to you by FTR Racing League. Let's see.
Yeah, and if you're that 24 car, I'm not passing you. I'm staying right in your draft. Why? Because that's less fuel I'm burning. I can ride 3/4 throttle and not have to worry about a thing. But if I'm that 12 car, there's a couple of sweat drops going down my neck right now because I don't know. It's going to be close.
I don't know if he has enough. It's going to be awfully close. I mean, we noticed that Parley only was 1 lap to the good, and Kari came a lap before him, so... Oh, as you can tell, the stress is picking up. Kari gets in the wall, and that's going to open the door. They go 3 wide!
Down the back straightaway, the 25 backs out, the 24 goes to his inside. Black Cross, give him the point. The 5 looks to the inside of the 12 now as they come into turn 3.
A huge
Oh, and they're
move.
all pitting!
As they're all coming down pit road!
Boy, I thought for sure Parley was going to be able to make it to the end. I think he just wants to be safe. He might just get a quick little splash because he was a lap to the good. So he might just get a quick little dip right there and be able to come out ahead of those 3.
So who has enough gas? As it seems like Parley isn't even taking fuel. I have no idea why he's pitting. Unless he felt forced down pit road, we don't know who's the leader now. We'll see here
He's
in
out
just
now
a
behind the
second.
12.
And the 12 is still your leader. As they remain the leaders by a mile.
Oh, and the 5 car. Oh, the 5 car.
What happened to the 24?
Oh, no, he's just leaving. He's just getting onto the apron.
A
He
speeding
lost
penalty.
so much time.
I believe a speeding penalty for the 24 car.
Oh, no, running top 3. This is... And if you're the 24 car, you're having flashes of Road America again because this is the same thing that happened last week. Had a top 5 going, or a top 3 going, had some problems during the race, and just ended up losing spots.
As now Parley finds himself in the same position he was last stage, except now he's on the attacking end. Last stage he was on the defensive end running first. Now he finds himself behind Kari with now just about, what, 4 to go? Here we go.
Something like that. I think the 5 car only went down because he didn't like the way his car was racing. So I think he made a slight adjustment to that car and try and make it drive a little better for him so that way he could take the fight to that 12 car because he had the car to stay in line, but that's not how Parley does. Parley comes out here to get dubs.
I'm just a little bit confused because he could have made that adjustment at the end of the stage. He had enough gas. I guess I'm just a little bit confused on why he pitted there. As now we
and
see
here
the
he
move
goes,
for the
dive
lead.
bombs! He gets him the crossover by the 12. He's to the inside, down the back straightaway as they drag race. The 12 to his inside. They are snuck up together. The 12 car, is he going to dive bomb him back? He's trying. He's going to try and drift up here as they enter turn 4. On exit, they say side by side for the lead.
Contact. 2 laps ago here in stage 2. The 5 on the outside, Corey on the inside, bouncing off each other.
And then, here comes the 12. He might be able to make it stick. He gives him, he runs him into the wall.
Oh, no.
They both let off. The 5 car trying to show the inside.
So now Parley dives it down to the bottom.
And if you're Parley, are you going to remember that at the end of this, knowing that the 12 car is willing to run you up to the wall?
We'll see. About a mile and a half left. Here we go. 1 to go.
And if I'm the 5 car, I'm going to use this time. I'm going to get right back on your bumper. I got there before. He's going to come out of turn 2, ride his bumper down the back straight away, and send it into turn 3. And I really don't think he's going to he's really going to care where that 12 car is at the end of it.
Here we go. He's making the move down to the bottom.
And he's diving it. He comes back
up.
Runs across the nose of the 12.
What a move!
He's going to get the lead.
He's going to win stage 2. What a move by the number 5.
I told you he's going to ride it down the back straight away. He's going to send it in turn 3. He's not going to care where that 12 car is. That 12 car is rolling to run me into the wall. Best believe I'm going to have a little less love towards you when I do it to you.
And honestly, I just believe that he thought he deserved the spot and he went up there and grabbed it himself. What a move by the 5 car. He sweeps stage 1 and 2 here at Kansas. We're going to take this time now to thank all of our sponsors. If I can pull it up real quick. I'm struggling. Let's see if I can do this in time. We would like to thank our sponsors for all the contributions that they make. I don't even think that's a real word, but hey, it doesn't matter. We're up here. We're, out of breath. What a race so far. We'd like to thank our sponsors, MFF Motorsports, Chris's Auto Towing, LLC, J-Pace Racing, Everything NASCAR, Filings Racing Network, ESMN, the Super Squad, FTR Racing League, North American Racing Series, and MinaPeach.com. We thank you all. Now, the long stage 3 getting underway here. Not much left to go. Green flag is out. Stage 3 underway here at Kansas.
And they're side by side. That 5 car whose car handled so well at the end of stage 2, and he's just trying to make it better. He's being able to stick it to the inside of that 12. But the question is anybody going to work with him now? The gloves are going to be off this stage, but who's willing to make the tough moves? Is the 12 or the 5 is going to get stuck on the bottom again?
That's going to cost him a whole bunch of spots here. Let's see if he can get back in line. It's going to be a close call. He's lost now about 5.
A
big wreck!
He's hard!
The 24 around! The 78 around! The 22 around! The 5 around! Huge wreck that takes out a bunch of contenders! Caution is out! A huge turn of events here at Kansas! A massive wreck that takes out a ton of contenders! You watched it live! Unbelievable!
They're still green!
There should be yellow at the line. Yes, they are. As a huge crash takes out a ton of the leaders. Unbelievable.
You had first and second in there. First and second, and Field Filler was involved in that. No, he wasn't. He actually managed to. Oh, that's huge for that 44. He was able to get all around that. And now you lost the points leader.
Only 5 cars made it through that.
Yeah, and Field Filler's in third. Parley didn't want to see that. He's only 5 points behind Parley.
Oh my goodness, a massive crash in turn 1 on the second lap of stage 3. We knew the aggression was going to pick up once again, but I guess someone bounced off the wall. We're going to go back there and watch the replay. Someone bounced off the wall. Here we go. We're going to view it now. I'm watching Parley's view of it. as he was losing spots on the inside. Elvin Priest bounced off the wall and took out the rest of the guys. Elvin Priest went around, collected Parley. That took out the 78. A few other cars, as all the cars are going to be coming to pit road here. A massive crash in turn 1 takes out a ton of contenders. You watched it live. That was unbelievable. One of the biggest crashes of the season.
Yeah, and if you're the 5 car, you saw him go low. He saw that 42 hit the wall. He's like, nope, I'm going to the bottom. And the 42 went right down with him. He tried to cut back up to get around that 42, and the 42 got squirrely on the apron and came right back up in front of him.
As we see strategy by the 31 car, he didn't think he needed tires, so he took none. Lord Grizzle, your new leader here at Kansas.
Oh, that's huge, too, because on a track like this...
Oh, I believe he's a lap down, actually. My apologies. Yeah, he is a lap down.
Oh, okay.
It's still showing the number 12 is the leader.
And if you're Parley, you were just in second, and now you're barely inside the top 10.
No, it's showing Lord Grizzle as your leader here in Kansas. Now we're going green this time. Let's try this again. Hopefully, drivers become more lenient, as we saw what happened. A huge mistake by Elvin Priest. Ran a little bit of a wide entry to turn 1, bounced off the wall, and took about 5 cars with him. Here we go through the restart zone. Green flag back out here at Kansas.
And that 31 car got a massive jump on the field, though. You could even see the 62. He's going to be side by side. Pete Fulton into P2.
2 guys that we haven't mentioned all race, now 1-2. How does Kari feel about it? Does he think he needs to make the move immediately? We'll see, as aggression bit the field last time around, as we saw that huge crash. Now we find the 31 and 62 up front. Does Kari waste any time? No, he doesn't. He makes the move to the outside. He does not get there. But
he doesn't make it straight for the 62.
To the inside.
Oh, Pete Fulton's going to drop.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I think he might be falling to the back. I think he might be a little gun shy. Probably trying to keep his car safe, knowing that the fight for the lead's going to be getting aggressive.
As now, Lord Grizzle still your leader after 2 laps here. What does a guy like Lord Grizzle here, based off of strategy, what do you do to hold off one of the fastest cars all day long? As we'd like to take a look here back at the wreck. I mean, we saw guys that were running up in the top 3 all race. I mean, Elvin Priest, Parley especially, after sweeping the first 2 stages, falling back a few spots, and then the wreck happened. That costed him a ton of time here as he finds himself all the way back in 7th. As now...
Yeah, but if...
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, no, if I'm that 31 car, that wall is my friend. That wall, I'm gonna write that wall a postcard, because I'm not gonna leave it. I'm gonna stay on that wall. Why? Because I dare you to pass me on the inside. Your car may be better, but I know everybody's gonna be coming with me.
As it looked like the 44 got in the wall there on corner entries. We see the pass for the lead now. Kari's gonna look to the inside. Can he make the pass? We saw him do this before.
Yeah, but that was a one-on-one. The 41 sticks with that 31 car to his outside. But we know the 12 car's aggression level. He's running. He ran the 5 car into the wall, but everybody stays to the outside except for that 8 car. Ice Chute comes down to try and maybe help out that 12 car, but it's going to be to no avail. They're both going to start dropping like a rock.
That's going to cost Kari 2nd place. Does he slide back up here to get in the 4th? No, they shut the door on him. So now a whole bunch of names that we haven't mentioned all day running in the top 3.
Yeah, you got the old Johnny boy who's been riding in the top 5, but we haven't really mentioned him. But 1-9. Where did he come from? His bumper is torn to shreds, yet here he is running 3rd right now.
Wow, unbelievable job. You know, these top 3 guys, I mean, we noticed that the 41 did qualify pretty good, so we expected to see him up towards the front, but in the middle of stage 1 and 2, he kind of fell to the back and went unnoticed. As, you know, now we're seeing the aggression level through the roof. I mean, we're seeing a driver make a move to the inside every lap now. As now, this time around, it was field filler. He's going to get cycled all the way to the back here.
Yeah, he's still trying to dive through the field. I don't know if he's going to be able to make it stick, though. But yeah, I think, though, going back to that pass for the lead, you saw that 12 car dive down low. I think he thought there was going to be more guys going with him. Knowing that he has the better car, knowing that he's been able to run the fastest laps, knowing that he's been up in the top 2 for this entire race. I think he thought that everybody was just going to leave that 31 car up high and go with him, but no, he got left alone on an island.
Wow, but Lord Grizzle, you know, doing his thing. We didn't expect it. We expected Kari to make his way back past the leader here, but it hasn't happened, and now the 31 still your leader here in Kansas. I mean, we're coming to now about 40 laps. We're at 40 laps to go right now, so a great job here by the 31. Now the plan is strategy. What do you do on strategy to keep you up front? I believe you just you pit with the guys that have been great on strategy all day. Whenever Parley or the 44 field filler calls to pit road, I think that's the time to do it.
Yeah, and you just see that 78 car almost getting to a little bit of a moment there. He hit the wall coming out of turn 4, and now you see that 42 car being able to make up another spot.
Capitalizing on the number 78's mistakes. That's the 42 of Elvin Priest. Now back up to the top 3. We know how fast of a car he has. It's all about patience, though, and we haven't seen it from Elvin Priest. I mean, we know that he's, you know, he's been making these moves all day. And we expect to see some more of them now. As he's going to make his way to the outside. As the 41's going to go to the bottom.
41. That 41, if it was just them on an island, that 41 car had that 31 all day. But Elvin Priest was there to help give that 31 car the lead back, and now you're going to see old Johnny Boy and just go bye-bye. He's going to be dropping unless he can find a gap here, and there is none to be found.
As they are almost 3 wide here for the lead. Elvin Priest, though, does his signature move here at Kansas. Is he going to look for the crossover? Yes, he is. He goes to the bottom.
Priest to the inside.
Here comes the 42.
Goes to the outside line.
Does anyone go with Elvin Priest? It doesn't seem like it. Can he clear the 31? That's his only hope. No, he doesn't. He's going to get cycled out.
He's going to drop right back there with that 41. Oh, he gets a little contact into the 24, I think it was. Looking back from the 78, but he's dropping now. He's outside the top 5 at this point.
We're seeing a different Elvin Priest tonight. I mean, usually he's not this impatient. I'm a little bit confused on some of these moves. I'm not calling him out in any way, shape, or form, but it's just a little bit different. We're expected to see him wait to make that move, but a lot of aggressive moves by that 42 tonight. He's really desperate. He wants to go out here and take that win, and I do not blame him whatsoever.
Well, yeah, especially when you got that 5 car Parley. Dude, he's breathing down your neck in the point standings right now, and he just swept the first 2 stages. So if I'm that 42 car, I want to keep my bumper ahead of his.
Absolutely. Now this puts the 78 back up to 2nd. Sutton, you know, we didn't mention his name once during the first 2 stages at all. I believe I mentioned him once in stage 1 as we're seeing pit stops now. Kari down pit road in the 12 car. But now Blackcross up to 3rd after the big crash happened. He got cycled all the way to the back. It seems like track position does not matter anymore as all these drivers are making these risky moves, just putting them in situations where you know, they get pushed to the back and the guys running the outside get pushed to the front.
Yeah, and if you're that 78, dude, your car looks like it got caught in a hailstorm. Like, there is not a fender on that car that ain't been touched this race. And now you're running here in 2nd, and I really think that you're just going to kind of write it out. And I think that 12 car is going to try and short pit this because he fell way back on that failed shot at the lead. So he's probably trying to short pit this, try and get a little edge on what the leaders have in terms of strategy-wise. But like you said, that 78 car was an absolute non-factor when it came to the first two stages. I honestly, I forgot he was here because he was just not involved in any battles, kind of just kept to himself, but now here he is, he's fighting for the lead.
And this is why we love a track like Kansas. We know that this track is an opportunity to a lot of drivers that might not run good every week, and this is going to indicate that the 31 is coming to pit road this time.
Oh, and the 78 riding the wall! Oh no, and he tries to come down
Oh,
pit road! And he runs right into the side!
A huge moment for the 78. He gets it back on track. No crashing this time, but a huge moment for the 78 as it looked like he attempted to come down pit road, just couldn't get down to the bottom, and that's going to affect him big time.
Yeah, because now it's like, well, now what do I do? Because now I'm just caught in no man's land, but luckily you know you're going to have guys pit this time by, so you're going to try and just run it up as close as you can to them and just be able to try and maybe see if you can get out ahead. But that, I think he just tried to cut down. Like he saw a gap and just tried to cut that wheel to the left and be able to try and cut through the gap, but it didn't work. And he ran right into the side of that 44 car.
And now the three leaders, Parley, Field Filler, and iShoot, coming to pit road this time around. Here we go. Did they get down to speed? Yes, they do.
And if you're Parley, you're like, all right, back to business now. Like, I had my time in the back, but I'm here to win. I need the win. I want the win.
And now
So
Carly finds himself behind the 31 of Grizzle.
Oh, man. That's crazy. And now as you got the 4 cars that just came down pit road, they're coming out. The 24 car coming up on the backstretch. Is he going to shoot it up to the high side?
Yes, he
Slowly
is.
but surely he does. But he's going to keep it down low. Let the guys he knows that are faster go by. Or maybe even try and stick with him as he does. He cuts right back up in front of that 31.
Contact! The 24 and 31 get together there, touching fenders. You got to be careful late in the race. We know that track position means a lot. And Blackcross wastes no time at all as he pit the lap before Grizzle, sorry, the lap after Grizzle, and he's going to find himself out in front of him.
Yeah, as now you got Parley coming out to rejoin this fight as he's going to drop all the way down to 7th. I think he might have gained a spot or two on pit road, but yeah, no, definitely not the spot you thought you were going to be in if you were Parley.
Yes, he's all the way down to 7th once again. That's been about the lowest he's gone all race. This was 7th earlier on in the race, and now 7th once again at this point in the race. Laps are coming to an end. We should only see about 1 pit stop left. But don't forget, Kari was on pit road before these guys, as now Kari gets in the wall. Alvin Priest looks to the inside of the number 12.
Oh, they make contact!
The 42 and 12 get together across the line. Will the 12 give up the spot for Elvin? No, he doesn't. They're still side by side.
Oh, is the 31 dives to the bottom?
It looks like the 31 might have an issue. That's going to put the 24 out in front. But, you know, now he's just a sitting duck. These guys are getting organized behind him.
Yeah, no, if you're that 24 car, you're just kind of like waiting for it. You know, you got a train of 5 coming behind you, and they're coming in. They ain't coming in slow.
Let's see what Elvin Priest does when he gets up to that 24. We know he's going to catch it. We know he has the car for it. It's just, how do you make that move? I mean, we're at a point in the race where you have to be at your most aggressive, and Elvin Priest has arguably been the most aggressive driver all night long.
Yeah, maybe if I'm that 24 car, maybe I see that 42 doesn't quite have the help yet. Maybe I'm not really giving it the full gas going into the corners. Maybe I'm letting off a little more than I should just to get myself a little bit closer to that 42. So when he does get that run, I'm right in front of him so he can't make that pass.
It's all about clean air here. And where are you going to go to find that clean air is Elvin Priest now closing up to the back bumper of the 24. We have now about 24 to go this time around. I guess brought to you by Black Cross, is the 24 is your leader.
Yeah, and again, another name we didn't say at all in the beginning of this. We didn't put him in our pre-race picks. We didn't pick him as a dark horse. We just kind of picked him as being like another guy. But here he is. He's out in front. And again, another car. Looks like it got caught in a hailstorm. But he's out here and he's commanding this lead.
The two guys that were at the worst of that accident at the beginning of stage 3 now leading the race. Elvin Priest is going to peek to the outside once again. It looks like he wants to make that move going into turn 1. I think that's his spot. That's where he's been excellent all night long. It's just how do you execute it at a time like this in the race? A lot of pressure.
And I know if I have that 42 car behind me, I know that's where he's looking. I know he's going to suck right up on that wall and he's not going to leave it. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to dare you to pass me to the inside.
There he goes again.
I know the high side is what you want, but he's there now. He's got his nose there. Is the 24 diving a little bit deeper? He does. He tries to make sure that 24 car stays ahead of the 42. And the 42 car has nowhere to go because the 12 was to his inside.
As Elvin Priest, that's his spot on the track. That's where he knows he's fastest. It's just, when do you time it? I mean, it looks like Black Cross got the defense down pretty well, just diving into turn 1 a little bit harder than you have been. Well, Elvin Priest shot again. He looks to the outside. It's not there. He's going to slide right back in behind the 24. And now the 41's going to dive into the inside of Elvin Priest. That's old Johnny boy.
Yeah, he's going to take that look, but he's not going to make it stick. But I think if I'm that 24 car, I'm going to give that 42 the inside. I think I would give that 42 the inside on the tri-oval. Excuse me. Because I know he wants that high line. He might not have the car he needs to run the inside. So I'm going to make him take the inside, and I'm going to make sure that I don't leave him that high line.
Absolutely. Now we see 20 laps to go. Brought to you by North American Racing Series. Elvin Priest doing everything he can to come away with yet again another win. That's your points leader. You know, like, I think that's in the back of Black Cross's mind, that Elvin Priest is the points leader. And if you want any chance on scoring more points than him, you have to hold him out here. And he's coming laps, 19 laps to go this time around. Elvin Priest, once again, he's going to peek to the outside. They're side by side. Well, Elvin Priest look for the crossover. He does, but they make contact. That's going to open the door for the 44.
The 44 took the dive to the inside, but couldn't make it, couldn't get the run he thought he had. Luckily, the 5 car left him enough room to get him back up to the top line. That 24 car needs to be careful with how much high line he gives that 42. That 42 car is so good on the high side.
We're saying, once again, this is the most aggressive we've ever seen Elvin Priest race. Absolutely, and that's how it shows how desperate he is, how hungry he is to get this win here tonight at Kansas.
Especially when you had the 5 car Parley win both the stages. He's behind you in the points. You want to stay ahead of him. You want to make sure you go into that final race with a really nice cushion to be able to secure that, number 1 spot.
As we should only see 1 pit stop remaining for all of these leaders as Kari comes down this time around. When will these guys all come into pit road? It should be within 4 to 5 laps from now. As Elvin Priest dives to the inside, it looks like they're pitting this time. The 24 and 42 coming to pit road. Here we go.
And the 41.
The 42 edges out in front of the 24.
We've seen, though, it's not how you enter, it's how you finish on pit road. We've seen cars that have come in the back of 3 car trains come out a whole straightaway ahead of who he was pitting with. Right now, it's whether or not the 44 field filler and that 5 car. These two have been using the same strategy, and it has been working for them.
As we're going to watch this race off pit road here, we're going to see who gets it. Make sure that Elvin Priest didn't speed. Who's going to come out first? It looks like they're taking 4 tires. Black Cross out first. Does Elvin Priest get out in front of him? Yes, he does. Elvin Priest now taking the lead away on pit road. And even old Johnny Boy side by side for second with the number 24 car of Black Cross. That's going to allow Elvin Priest to put some space between them. They're still banging off each other.
Yeah, they came out of pits right side by side, and not one of them was willing to give the spot up.
As Parley's on pit road right now. Elvin Priest
comes out in fourth after that ordeal. Comes out behind those three out of that ordeal.
And now Elvin Priest looking to take the lead back. Does he do it? Yes, he does.
He's going to be able to come out of turn two, be able to take that lead, but where does Field Filler come out? He comes out way ahead of the two cars he pitted with, able to probably get up behind that 24 car, be able to catch a little bit of that draft going into turn three.
As now the leader of 19mm in the 78 comes to pit road. That's going to put Elvin Priest as your new leader at the top of the board. The most aggressive driver all night finds his way to the front. Maybe that's the strategy here at Kansas, is be the most aggressive.
Man, he has just driven one heck of a race. He's been in the wall, in the grass, in the pits, across the line. He's been on every part of this racetrack. He's mowed the lawn a couple of times. Like, he has just found himself.
He caused that huge crash.
Yeah, he's found himself everywhere. But yeah, here he is with his car looking like a rhino horn. Out here out here leading.
And I'm sure this is very frustrating for the 24 at Black Cross. You come to pit road with the lead, and now you find yourself running in third.
Yeah, probably did a little bit of cosmetic fixing, too. That probably held him up a little bit. But, yeah, no. Yeah, like I said, though, when that pit cycle started, it's not about where you come in. It's about where you come out. And Elvin jumped all three of them.
And now that top three finds himself with about a half a second lead over the closest car, which is fourth, and that's the 44 Field Filler. The guy that's been strategic all night long found himself in a battle for stage one. Unfortunately, came up short to Parley, but now he finds himself running fourth here with about 12 to 13 laps to go.
Yeah, and if you're a car like old Johnny Boy, like, do you make a move with the 24, knowing that it could benefit both of you to get ahead of that 42 car, especially points-wise, knowing that you're so far down in the standings?
I honestly believe it's every man for themselves at this point. I mean, if you help someone, you can't expect them to give that hand right back to you after. And, I mean, if I'm Black Cross, I might be backing up here to the 44 car. And I know that sounds a little bit crazy. You're already up there, running in third. You're with the draft. But it looks like these guys are all over the place. And if you get the 44 to help you, that could be huge late in this race. Something that Black Cross struggles with a little bit is getting help from other drivers. And now might be his chance.
Yeah, especially when you got a guy like Field Filler who's absolutely roping you guys in. He has caught this top three. So if I'm that 24 car, heck yeah, I'm dropping back. I'm getting to the next guy who's willing to help out to secure maybe a little bit of comfort behind me, knowing that if I do make a move, speaking of moves, here comes Ford Filler to the outside of the 24. Just when I thought the 44 was going to be willing to stick around, no, he jumps that 24.
The 24 puts him in the wall! That might have costed both of them.
I think he just got too loose into turn one, and the 24 just tried to jump up. I think that was all in the 44 from what I saw.
And now the 44 regroups. He finds himself in third. Now it worked out for him. Now the two leaders, old Johnny Boy and Elvin Priest, battling. Now we have about 8 laps to go here in Kansas.
Yeah, and like I said, wall is friend. Right? If I'm not gonna ride the wall, I'm gonna use the wall.
Absolutely. Now Field Filler with a big run. I mean, where is this speed coming from?
That's what he doesn't want to tell you, right? This guy's the strategy king. Like, he's been able to make strategy work all night. Is now he makes that move to the outside of the 41. He doesn't make it stick. He was trying to catch that 42. He's trying to sneak a little tail fin out, see if he could catch the draft and maybe get the nose up above that 41 car, but just couldn't make it work.
As now, Field Filler getting very aggressive. The 41 finds himself in the wall. That's going to open the door Field filler down to the inside. He's in second now. This time around, 6 laps to go here in the Midwest.
Oh, that 42 cars, that sweat's got to be, man, those hands got to be sweaty on that wheel because he's got the 44 car going to the inside. Trying to make it safe, doesn't.
He shuts the door on the 24. Blackcross gets in the wall down the backstretch. Now, Field filler regains and regroups. What can he do? This time around, 5 laps to go, brought to you by ESMN. Here comes the 44. Elvin Priest blocks the outside. Field filler down to the inside. They make contact
into turn 1. He gets through the dive bomb. Slide job into turn 1. He comes back up the track. The 42 car back to the inside. And the 24 goes with him.
They go 3
wide.
And
he goes up high. 3 wide into turn 3. Now it's the 42
and the 24 takes the lead away on the outside. Elvin Priest in the wall. The 24 takes the lead away.
What a move! He made it work. The 44 car and the 42 were having their own battle. He's like, "Excuse me, fellas, I'm coming through." Takes the outside line and he's through to the lead. And look at the gap now in the top 4.
We have 4 laps to go now. Coming to 3 to go next time. Can Blackcross hold off the charging 44 again? It didn't work last time. Field filler managed to get past them now. A huge run by Field filler. This time around, 3 to go.
And if you're Field filler, you're like, I just did all that. I came through the field. I was in second. I just had 3 cars around me, and here I am. I'm still in second.
Things are getting intense. We expected to see this. We told you from the start of the night. Thank you all for tuning in. Things are about to get crazy. No more getting comfortable. Get crazy. This time around, off turn 4 is going to be 2 laps to go. Where does Field filler go? He looks to the inside. He goes to the outside. Not enough of a run. Now Elvin Priest coming back. He's going to try to get his way back up to the back bumper of the 44. The 44 down to the inside.
He's trying to make it stick coming out of turn 2. Down the backstretch, they make a
down to the 24 in the wall!
Here comes the 44. Is the 42 going to try and shoot it down low? He's not. The 44 to the inside. He doesn't dive bomb it.
Ooh,
keeps it safe. Comes up ahead of the 24.
Crossover. The 24 gets loose. He's in the grass. The 44 takes the lead. 1 to go. Here at Kansas. Now things getting intense side by side for the lead.
And now here comes that 44 car, the 42 to the outside wall. The 44 car tries to break the draft. He stays ahead of the 42, down into turn 3 here on the white flag. 44 car tries to run the middle. He's not giving him the draft at all. The 42's gonna have to earn this as they come out of turn 4. Field filler
wins in
Kansas.
Unbelievable finish.
Oh.
Woo!
Round of applause for that.
Oh,
the
I can finally
24 car
breathe.
had it too. The 24 car.
You cut out, but
goes through the grass.
Oh my God! That might have been the greatest finish we've ever witnessed here in Phantom. What a race by Field filler. He showed no mercy to his competitors here with about 10 to go. Unbelievable. I don't even know how these interviews are going to go.
The magician pulled the rabbit out of the hat. Used that pitch strategy. Kept his car out front. Can't say he kept it clean, though. But somehow, some way, comes away with a W after having to fend off your points leader and the 24.
The greatest finish in Phantom history. As iShoot comes away with the fastest lap, we're going to need a minute. I'm going to cut to commercial break real quick and pause it real quick before we start interviews. I need to have a discussion. Alright, we're paused. Oh my fucking God, bro! That was fucking crazy! Holy shit! Oh my God, it's still streaming to everyone else. I just realized everyone else can still hear us, but who cares? What a finish! Oh my god!
Hear from us too, because we got the privilege of not only watching it, we got to call all of it.
Oh my
Do
god.
you gentlemen need a water?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Oh my
Yeah, we
God.
do. Hamlin
How is
needs
the
a
commentating?
minute.
How is the commentating?
It was electric. As about as electric as the finish was. I was watching that.
Unbelievable. Who do we start with? Who finished where?
I want to start with that points leader. I want to start with the most aggressive
third?
guy on that track.
I think he finished third, right? Second, so Johnny Boy came away third, correct?
All right, so we'll start with Johnny Boy.
Okay, you want to get things kicked off?
Yeah, I can get it kicked off.
I think we both asked Kelvin a question. Because we have a lot of questions.
Yeah, hold on, water. I'm sweating bullets right now.
Yeah, we're sorry, guys. We're just gonna delay this interview just a
You
little
guys
bit.
messed us up real good. Real good.
Any water brands that want to sponsor Phantom Racing League, please hit us up in the emails or DMs on Instagram or wherever you guys are watching from. If you are watching.
Fruit 2-0. Fruit 2-0.
Yeah, we all need a water right now.
If we need to catch our breath.
I think we're the one. I think we're more tired than everyone else. They all raced.
Damn.
Anyway, we apologize to the audience. We're gonna get things kicked off here. The 41. You know,
Oh, Johnny Boy.
What's going on?
you found yourself in the back a few times, and then obviously the start to stage 3, the craziest start imaginable. We saw 5 to 6 cars get taken out in a massive crash, and you found your way up to the front. And then since that moment, you were up towards the front for the rest of the race. And, I mean, a great job by you. We were very impressed. How did you avoid that wreck?
Appreciate it. No, I was in that wreck actually.
Oh,
I didn't spin or nothing, but I got damage off of it.
that makes it even more impressive.
Yeah, I was trying to get a run. Every time I got a run, I had 2 different runs on the leaders, and both times they got together and went right in front of me and stopped my run. But that was fun.
Absolutely. And, you know, you
gotta
guys...
make contact like that.
Absolutely, and I mean, late in the race at Kansas, we expect to see the best of the best from all of you guys, but congrats on the podium. You did such a good job tonight, and congrats.
Appreciate it. It's fun. Fun in this league. These boys are fast.
Absolutely, and speaking of fast, we're going to move over to Elvin Priest here. I'm going to ask the first question. I'll let Walbridge take over the rest. But Elvin Priest, I mean, tonight we saw an aggression from you that we have never seen in the past. I mean, between obviously the accident, which was just an accident, obviously, but you did a great job at recovering from it, and you found your way back up towards the front, towards the end. It just looked like you couldn't get to the outside of the 44 on the final lap. Walk us through it.
I mean, I was there on the outside of the 44. I just got squeezed, but it is what it is. Congratulations to Field Filler. I'm not going to be a sore loser about it. I'm happy for him, and I'm just ready for next week.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Elvin, we saw you. We saw you find something on that outside line because you were baiting guys to that inside. And from what I saw, it looked like you were baiting guys to that inside and just shooting up and using the draft. What did you have in that car that just made that outside line work better than a lot of the other competition?
Even last season, I had a fast car at Kansas, but we couldn't, finish Kansas due to some lag storms. Last season, I knew I had a rocket coming into this race. I just had to do some adjustments, and I raced like how I did, in the first season, and I was up there all race. I felt like I could make myself go from front to back, as many times as I wanted to. I loved the car. I loved what I built, and came home with the second place.
Unfortunate finish for Elvin Priest. I'm sure that he'll realize in a few days that this is not the end of the world, but, it's a good running. You finished top 3, good stage points all race. Congrats on the second place finish.
And now we get to the man who I'm nicknaming the Magician, because every time you went down pit road, it seemed to work. What in that race was the key to getting you this win?
Oh, well, I did a really good job at capitalizing on others' mistakes. I'm just trying to. Okay. Phil, you there, buddy?
Oh, sorry, I was muted.
You celebrate.
Yeah, I raced my ass off. I had a fire lit under me there early on when the 5 car for the second time this season black flagged me going into pits. So I had to drive a little more aggressive than what I like to, and once I got to the front, I wasn't going to give it up with a lap to go. There was no way. So, yeah, I gave Elvin the squeeze. I did what I had to do to win that race. But that's probably the last of that kind of aggression you'll see out of me.
Well, I mean,
I had a good car.
Absolutely.
I kept getting involved in other people's, mistakes.
I mean, aggression is something that we see, especially at a track like Kansas, where it's a one-line track. I mean, you have to be able to run that outside line, or you're not going to be able to keep up. And you saw a lot of moves by other drivers where they would make the dive bomb, and if they knew they weren't going to clear, they would just slide up into you. And that became an issue all night. We noticed it up in the booth. I mean, walk us through some of those instances where, drivers would make a slide job and not lift. How do you feel about something like that?
Yeah, I understand it, maybe for a stage win or the race win. I don't know, like Kari did it to me, when I was leading. He did the slide job and then goes up to the wall, and I either turn left and get suckered going on the inside, or I just got a plane let off, but it's a position, you're racing for points too. So I'm not going to do anything about that, but I'll save those kind of moves for when they matter. I don't do them in the middle of a run or anything like that. That's the only thing that doesn't make sense to me. But hey, we can't all race the same. If we did, nobody
wouldn't be that entertaining. And my last question is, how do you build off momentum like this? I mean, a huge win here at Kansas tonight. How do you use this moving forward as some progress?
It's not a momentum builder for me. It should be, but it's not. Like I said, I had to race harder than I want to. So next week is the last race, I believe. I'll just settle in, and as long as everything goes, as long as I don't get somebody doesn't upset me, I'll be fine. And I went through the whole season, just fine, just kind of riding. But I can race if I have to, but I prefer to keep it clean, stay away from everybody. So no momentum builder here. I'm glad I got the win. I mean, I would have hated to do that, what I did, not get it. That would have been bad. But I'll take it and roll on.
Absolutely, and congrats again on the win tonight here at Kansas, as we are wrapping things up here at race number 11 here at Kansas. An exciting one tonight, a loss of words completely by both me and Walbridge. I mean, you guys heard it from us. It was genuinely insane. We're still chugging water down.
Dude, I had so many questions, man, but going back to that finish, my mind is just drawing blanks.
Well, I hope it was entertaining. Yeah.
Oh, entertaining.
Dude, you don't even know.
Stick around for the after party. Hold on.
I mean, you would think Kansas would be a kind of a nightmare for commentators, with the one group track, but so I'm glad.
Because you had a ton of moves. You went 3 wide with 3 to go, and you were just like second, first, third, second, and then back to the front again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Well,
it
if you
was
got
awesome.
wore out in 2 laps worth of racing, then it's probably a good thing that we just ran a top group for most of it.
Oh man. Once again, though, congrats on the win tonight here at Kansas. You lock yourself into
Yes.
the playoffs with this
You
win.
got a hell of a round of applause, bro.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate
As we move on here, we'll have one race left here in the regular season. Things coming down to the wire. We'll see who makes it in, who doesn't, who wins the regular season points lead. I believe Elvin Priest should still be the points leader after tonight, but we will see. I'd like to take this chance to thank our sponsors once again: MFF Motorsports, Chris's Auto Towing LLC, J-Pace Racing, Everything NASCAR, Firelinks Racing Network, the Super Squad, ESMN, FTR Racing League, North American Racing Series, and lastly, MinaPeach.com. We get things wrapped up tonight. I'd like to thank the viewers for tuning in on this beautiful Thursday night, and you guys got to watch one of the greatest finishes in the history of Phantom Racing League. But other than that, we should be good to go. We'll see you guys on Saturday. Have a good night, everyone.